Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
Order,
am
please.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can.
the committee is not.
Okay.
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
And this is what Nancy Mace was going to look like if Jasmine Crockett actually met her outside. And this is what she's probably feeling like inside after she got her behind tore up all over social media. I mean, even Twitter was not kind to her. And I thought that was like the MAGA spear. But I digress. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Pink Caucus. My name is Jamie. And let's talk about what was supposed to be a serious meeting, I guess, on Capitol Hill that turned out being a hot-ass mess. And why? Because of none other than Nancy Mace again. I mean, Nancy Mace has been digging herself in a bunch of crap recently. It's like she is a glutton for punishment. She does not know how to not make herself look bad. Like, look at this. Like, she told Jasmine Crockett to meet her outside.
Stop it. Get some help.
Meet who out where? Who? Nancy, do you really want to meet her outside, sweetheart? Now, this all comes off the heels of Nancy Mace. They're constantly in Congress right now because we all know that there recently was a congresswoman, Sarah McBride, I believe, the first ever trans congresswoman to be in Congress. And Nancy Mace is still on the entire, we need to protect our bathrooms. We need to keep trans people out of our bathrooms. At this point, I'm like, why don't we just go to unisex bathrooms? Why don't we just go to family bathrooms? You know, the bathrooms, everybody can go in them. Why not just go there? But I digress. Maybe that is just, this is Congress. They don't think that far ahead. And she's MAGA. You know, they definitely don't think that far ahead. But let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go ahead and look into more what was happening in this committee meeting on Capitol Hill this day. Now, what's highly ironic is the fact that, highly ironic and highly hypocritical is the fact that Nancy Mace is going to say this. Now, listen to what she says, and then ask yourself, don't the jokes write themselves?
Because it's time that we stop wasting American taxpayers. It is time that we stop wasting time up here on the Hill. We stop wasting time here in Congress talking about BS. And someone brought up dignity earlier. I would love to see dignity and respect for women up here on the Hill, which is why we should ban men from women's spaces, which is why we should ban men from the locker rooms, from women's locker rooms, which is why we should ban men from women's dressing rooms. I'm done with this. We got to get back to common sense. We got to get back to fighting and working hard for the American people, and we've got to do it together. So you guys can talk all you want on the left side of the aisle. You're not going to be successful because there was a mandate.
Now, first touching on this entire idea that Trump has a mandate. What mandate? Where is it? I fucking can't see it. I can't see this mandate because guess what? Let's look at his margin. Let's look at how much he won of the popular vote in 2024. We have here from the BBC, Donald Trump won the popular vote in 2024, and it does comparisons. If you look at this, Trump does not win 50% of the vote. 2024, he won 49.9% to Kamala Harris's 48.3%. I would call a mandate, you have to have at least 50%, right? 51.3%. That was Biden's mandate in 2020. Look, even in 2016, he didn't even win the popular vote, and it's even less than 50%. So where is the mandate? The majority of the country did not vote with you. It's not there. I see no mandate. The last time a Republican could have said they got a mandate was Bush in 2004 with 50.7%. That is at least 50% of the vote. But I digress. Republicans, like I said, there's a landing spot, but they're not reaching it. But let's keep on looking at what the BBC had to say. In 2020, Trump won both the popular vote and the presidency, like I said earlier, but he would have needed to win more than 50% of all victors, as all victors have done in the last 20 years, other than him. Again, like I point out, in 2016. For this reason, his claim to have an historic mandate may be overwrought, suggested Chris Jackson, a polling firm Ipsos, who says the language of Trump and his supporters was a tactic being used to justify the sweeping actions they plan to take once he has control of the government. Like I said, he knows that what he really wants to do is not popular. Tariffs, taking out a bunch of immigrants who, mind you, contribute to our economy. And they don't even benefit from some of it, many of them. But we all know, you say it enough times, MAGA will believe just about anything. And just to get on to just the hypocrisy and the absolute nonsense of Nancy Mace. She says she doesn't want to have a bunch of BS going on in Congress and then we need to use our tax dollars correct, right? Then why is she continually harping on the trans issue? I understand you want to keep women safe, right? Well, let's just see how many trans people are actually in the United States to begin with. So we look here. Easy Google search now. Google is your best friend, MAGA. Simple Google search told you that there's approximately 1.14% of trans. And this comes to us from USA Facts. See, I didn't even have to click on the link. You see how easy it was to get that information? But 1.14% of the nation's adult population, approximately 3 million people, are trans. Do you know how many people are in the United States? More than 300 million. So the idea that you're going to even meet a trans person, slim. They don't even make up 5% of our nation. But let's just go, because we really need to protect these bathrooms from these females. Let's see how many trans athletes there are, because you don't want to keep them out of sports. You don't want them beating up on girls, right? Well, look at that. Another easy Google search. And we're just going to use this because it's probably a good sample size. And the NCAA, with more than 500,000 athletes, less than 40 are trans. Less than 40 identify as trans. So, I guess you're not going to keep the girls safe in sports and in the bathrooms and all that, because less than 40 are trans. Only 1.14% are trans in the nation, period. Okay. Maybe they're just trying to scare you, which is what I've been trying to tell people. This entire trans issue is a non-issue. I can tell you as a female, I have no issue with somebody who's trans coming into the bathroom. Why? Because if you took all that time to transition just so that you can peek inside the women's bathrooms, sure, you deserve to peek at that point, because you did a lot. You cut, snipped, and did a lot to get into that bathroom. And you will get whatever you deserve for doing the unnecessary thing. But the likelihood of it happening is basically non-existent, y'all. It's non-existent. And what's truly crazy is the simple fact that, weren't you pro-trans when you ran? Like, weren't you pro-women, pro-letting women choose? Because now you're completely pro-life. Now you are completely anti-trans. Like, what happened to this transformation with Nancy Mace? Like, this was her in 2016. Nancy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nancy? That's not moral. I joke. Because personally, to me, it doesn't matter what you do. But obviously, somebody's a hypocrite. Hypocrite much, Nancy? But, it is what it is. You have to learn that they are the epitome of, let me tell you what to do, but I'm not actually going to practice those exact same things. But anyway, Twitter was lighting her up, and Jasmine Crockett striked iron first. This is what Jasmine Crockett said. She said, Nancy Mace loves the uneducated, as Trump calls them. Please explain to me how the same damn Karen that called cop police on a child who shook her hand wanted to act like she wanted to fight me. Me, the same person who has represented the real killers in court. She's an attention-seeking loser who clearly has some fundraising goals to hit, and to be clear that this is the only thing that she will hit. As in, Republicans incite violence from the highest levels of government and also claim to be the party of law and order. The two cannot be true. Do yourself a favor, decide to require better of your elect. Last I checked, threatening members in a committee room doesn't exactly reduce cost of eggs. I mean, first of all, this is perfect. And it goes back to the first photo I showed y'all. Nancy, who are you going to hit? Her? Jasmine? You're gonna Jasmine? Ma'am. Didn't you get we all saw that her wrist was fractured from this simple handshake of a child.
This is crazy.
Right? But I'm telling you, MAGA is crazy. There's something there, but the elevator does not go all the way up. And Twitter was having a field day. Mace called two grown black men boys. How are you going to call black men boys and get triggered when a black woman says child? And the crazy part is, I didn't even touch on this. She doesn't even understand child and child. Child, if you know, you know. If you from the South, you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Nancy, I thought you were supposed to represent South Carolina. And you don't know?
We do not care.
But let's keep on going. Kim Woodward said Nancy Mace going outside to meet Jasmine Crockett. And then we have Booba Nugan. Nancy Mace out there taking it outside with Jasmine Crockett. And we have Just the Facts. Yeah, okay, the same Nancy Mace that claims she got hurt from a handshake wants to take it outside. She don't want the smoke. She really don't. Just the facts again. Breaking. Paramedics have been called to the Capitol because Nancy Mace got her fragile ego hurt by strong words. I'm telling you, they're having fun with her. They're clowning her because, Nancy, stop, girl. Stop it. Stop it. But as usual, we're going to give Jasmine Crockett the last word because, girl, please let Nancy Mace know this is not it. She's so unserious.
Can't see the writing on the wall. It is clear that, number one, she's an unserious lawmaker. And number two, that she will do anything for clicks and anything for money. She has truly found out that if she talks about trans people, then people will donate to her. And so I was calling that out, and then she decided she wanted to get an attitude and tried to threaten an actual fight. Now, when the rubber met the road, and basically we said that that's out of line and you can't threaten violence, then all of a sudden, oh, well, she could have meant that, she just wanted y'all to go outside and have coffee.
Yeah, so, right, go outside for a smoke, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we're not going to move that that's a violation. Listen, I don't know who y'all think I am, and I know y'all try to play me for dumb because I'm black and or because I'm woman. But the reality is that I know what she meant by it, just like she know what she meant by it. But the reality is that she's nothing more than a coward because she truly believes, again, that this is an opportunity for her to raise money. So I'm sure the emails have already gone out. I'm sure she was sending a text message while we were sitting in committee and said, let's go ahead and raise money off of this, but her threatening violence, that is what gives license to the crazy MAGA followers, where she's doing it to get a few dollars. And the reality is that my staff has to listen to the death threats that real crazies follow behind her and give, when I'm literally just trying to make sure that this country works for everybody and not just those that elected me.
I truly couldn't have said it better than Jasmine Crockett. Nancy Mace is extremely unserious. She goes into this committee. She says they don't need to be doing BS. They need to be using our tax dollars efficiently. They hate that we give out aid to all these different things, right? You want to cut taxes. You want to do all this good stuff. But you're wasting our time. You went out there and did all this hoopla for no reason other than to fundraise off of it. You are introducing a bill that basically would require what? They built more bathrooms. Why don't you just have unisex bathrooms like they have at the fucking airport? Because at this point, you're wasting time. You're wasting, like, Republicans are so unserious. How can you be the party of law and order and you're threatening to fight somebody outside? Especially after you already hurt yourself shaking somebody's hand, Nancy. What is going on with you? But anyway, what do y'all think about this? Y'all put it in the comments. I truly thought this was funny. I was like, let me just bring this back to revitalize the channel. As y'all know, I haven't been posting in a while because, shoot, I got a little bit of seasonal depression after the election. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyway, I am back now. So don't forget, this is y'all favorite place for political news and pop culture information. And we're back at this. 2025 is gonna be our year. Put in the comments if you enjoyed this comment. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend if you don't mind. And I'll see you on the next. Bye.